Hi, Kevin Briggs here, Texas de Peru Secret Sauce. Today, we have an interview with Beth Rozell. Mary Beth is a dot connector. She's an enabler. She's the Vice President of Operations and Sales Enablement for a healthcare startup. She's a former colleague of mine back in the old days. Can't tell you how many years it was, but it wasn't recently. Anyway, look forward to sharing this with you, and I hope you enjoy it. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing all right. I think the last time I saw you was at HIMSS.
I think so, a couple years ago.
Well, thank you so much for doing this with me. These have been fun. You are the first former Mises person that I've had on here so far. So
Mises, that's amazing how many of those folks I'm still connected to.
Yeah.
And talk with. I mean, some of them are still my best friends, like Jolie Rollins. It's crazy.
How's she doing?
She's good. She's quirky as ever, but good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's basically three questions I'm looking for. To tell me about yourself and tell me about what you do and what you're doing now. And what are your passion projects? What are the things that get you up in the morning and get you excited about living? 2, what are your best practices? What's your secret sauce? What's the things that you would give your advice to your younger self or a young person beginning their professional career? Hence the title, of the.
Right.
If we really need it, I'll ask about your favorite AI hack, tool, or horrific prophecy.
Okay.
But I've got it lightweight enough that I can do one occasionally, and I could do one a week and it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
15 a week is
great
painful.
for your Yeah. It's too many. I mean, it's great to get for your charity, and I watched one of them. You've got a book out. So, I mean, I think it's great for what you want it to do.
These came yesterday. I'm waiting for more hardback copies. I don't want to brag about the book, but I have maybe 12, 13 people who have read it.
So it's not really encouraging for my maybe future book project at all. But
well, if you're thinking about a book, talk to me and I can tell you what I did, and you can apply the 10% of it that's useful. But
my problem is I have 2 different ideas.
Yeah.
And I just can't get honed in on one. Right. So one would be more of a children's book. Where there's no discrimination, right? So when you live on a farm, it would be called Maddie and the Owl or something similar. So we had a little pit bull, and an owl would come and play with that dog every day. And no joke, it would buzz her, fly over her. She would chase it through the yard. It was just this little pure, unexpected relationship until we got her a sibling. And then, the owl grew up, Maddie grew up, and it stopped. But when you look at things through the eyes of an animal or here on the farm, a goat might snort and try and get a little bit of a smell of something before it befriends it. But overall, they don't see species and feathers versus fluff versus coat. Like, they don't see any of those things. They all just cohabitate together. So that was my initial thought was, lessons on the farm as it relates to just general acceptance and
that's interesting.
Not judging based on appearances and things like that. So that's
real interesting. What about the second one?
The second one, which we'll probably talk a little bit about today, is learning leadership in unexpected places.
Okay.
Right. So still on the farm, pecking order, different things like that. But I also volunteer for an event in January and February every year, and it's called Jeeping with Judd. So Grady Judd is a sheriff here in Polk County. He put together an event 11 years ago where he goes out to a ranch. They set up Jeep trails and people pay to come ride the Jeep trails. Sometimes it's their only off-roading experience ever. So we went in terrified as volunteers, had never done it before, just didn't know what the heck we were doing and what to expect. And then 2 years later, we were elevated in the volunteers, and now we lead a specific trail. We're leaders on this team. And that has taught me so much about just meeting people where they are. First off, in a skill level, in an anxiety level, in a coachable level, but then also communicating. I mean, there's heads of universities that volunteer there. There's doctors that go to participate and ride their first trail ride that are terrified, right? So just this ability to look at a situation, meet people where they are, and not try and mold them into your version of what you think they should be, right? And that's probably one of my life's lessons overall of when you stop trying to meet other people's expectations, then you can really help people get to where they need to be. You can help them, right? You have to recognize when they're actually coachable versus too scared to even hear you. And I mean, there's so much posturing and expectations, and when you can let that go away, then you can truly help that individual. So that's one of my things.
It's interesting. You said so much there. I mean, when you can basically let the guards down, if you will, and start reconnecting on a human level, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
Yeah, and I'm on life 2.0, really 3.0. 1.0 ended in a divorce. 2.0 started really here at the farm. There was a little gap and not at the farm. When I went through that transition, I made a conscious decision. When somebody says, tell me about you, I don't start with my job, right? So previous, I would say I'm vice president of sales enablement, right? Now I start with, I'm an unintentional goat farmer who has a fantastic life here on the farm, great set of friends, love my husband to death. He's my best friend. And I happen to be a VP of sales ops and enablement, right? So when you put it towards the back end, then you can be your true authentic self more, and just so helpful.
So let me ask you this. If you had to package up one or two guiding principles that you fall back on that make you successful to share with, a young professional or somebody who's mid-career, who's looking to improve things, or even a lifetime learner, what might that be?
I think the big thing,
it's kind of the secret sauce question,
Yeah. So one of them would be keep your mind open to find the lessons in life that aren't from a book or aren't from somebody telling you, but just keep your mind open, your heart open to be able to take those lessons from other places, whether it's watching animals interact on a farm or guiding people through an off-road adventure, right, that they've never done before, and knowing when the life, learning to take the lesson in and then figure out how to apply it, right? So that's really one of the true number one. And then and then I think the second thing is really to don't be afraid of your quirks. Like, be your true self. You're going to be more impactful if you're authentic and you're willing to tell somebody that you do off-roading volunteering for a living in a corporate event, right? In a corporate environment where normally 10 years ago, I was a little hesitant, right? Like, oh, they're going to judge me because this is what I do. I go camp at a cow pasture with a bunch of people for 2 months to raise money for charity. Like, there's this, they're just going to think you're, backwoods or whatever. Now I own it. I own that. I embrace it. I'm proud of it. I talk about the lessons I learned from it. So leadership styles and lessons don't always come from a book or from a webinar.
Amen to that.
And then second, be yourself. Be authentic. Don't hide your quirks.
Well, I tell you that's golden stuff there. Leaning into your quirks. I've been advised not to lean into my quirks,
Yeah.
but to be, all jokes aside, that's where the cool people are. I mean, the ones that have texture and character
Yeah.
are so much more interesting than the smooth and wrinkle free pieces of
Yes.
paper that are you said something a couple 3 or 4 times that I just really latch on to because I've experienced the same thing. Where you find the leadership lessons is not always in the webinar.
Yeah.
And my goodness, we sat on the first year we did our mission down in Peru. And I don't know if I told you about it. Well, we basically see about 300 patients during about a week-long period, doing about 35, 45 surgeries. And after we had done that, the team that helped me found this, we sat on a hillside in the Andes. It's very picturesque and all that stuff. And the leadership lesson, I mean, basically each of us, not in agreement, the leadership lessons that we had from that exercise of putting it all together and doing that more than we've done in anything else in our careers. And I've had good leadership training, but the experiences of doing something like what we accomplished in Texas de Peru, I think were just absolutely fabulous. And I'm so glad to hear you say a similar story about what you're doing in farm stuff and with goats. My wife would be just thrilled to death to talk goats with you, by the way.
Yeah. The unintentional goat farmer is what I am.
So I got one more question for you. Something else that we should be talking about that you think is important to share?
I'm really stuck on this thing now in life where we expect a pathway and a trajectory, and sometimes we have to zig and zag and make choices or take a lump and deal with it. And those zigzags and lumps are the things that have really helped define me as a person. So if you come into something and you're like, man, this doesn't feel right anymore, and you choose to leave, or somebody chooses for you to leave, it's not the end of the world, right? So those are the things that make you explore different areas and different things. Like for me now, this smaller startup world is my happy spot. Like if I can make an impact, I'm happy. It took me a long time to figure that out. So
you just shared 2 golden nuggets with us just then. The second piece was what you actually verbalized, but the first piece was actually, I think you did it accidentally, but it's something that I think is critical. You were thoughtful in answering my question, and you thought about what you were going to say. You just didn't spew out some stuff. And right. I think we could all benefit from our interactions that way.
Yeah. I'm just trying not to sound like an idiot, Kevin. Let's just be honest.
I quit trying not to sound like an idiot and just kind of leaned into it myself. But,
I'm a little quirky.
Any right. I'm sorry, what?
Owning my quirks.
There you go. It's much more interesting than quirk free. I can absolutely tell you that. Mary Beth, this has been wonderful. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you find me asking you to do another one, because this is a lot of fun. This is a great conversation, and I just I'm going to close this out real quick. If you're interested in Texas de Peru, this is my shameless self-promotion part of it.
Of course.
If you're interested in Texas de Peru and volunteering with us, we need doctors. We need orthopedic surgeons and gynecologists for our 2026 teams. So if you feel like, hey, I'd like to do something like this, I'd like to take 5 days off from the office and do this. We can put you in a place where you're going to change a heck of a lot of people's lives and have a whole lot of fun doing it. So just go to, follow this QR code or go to www.texasdeperu.org. Mary Beth?
I thought I heard something about a book, Kevin. You're going to give me some guidance on a book?
Did I mention that I wrote a book?
I don't know. Something about a llama coat, right? Llama suit.
Yeah, it's our we own a llama suit and you can too. Which it's become number one in some very weird communities on Amazon. So.
That's another podcast.
But that's another podcast. Hey, Mary Beth, this has been a blast. Don't hang up, but I want to say thank you again for doing this for me. I really appreciate you doing it, and I think people are going to learn a lot from what you had to share today.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
All right, we'll see you soon.
All right.